Alright, so as always, let's get right into it. Let's discuss the last movie we just watched, which was Night School, starring Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, Romany Malco was up in there, Rob Riggle. Who else was in there?
Fat Joe was in there. Why, I don't know.
Taryn Gillen.
Who's that?
The principal, I forget. I don't know how to pronounce his actual name.
Oh.
That's mainly the main people. Alright, so what was your overall thought on the movie?
It was an movie. I wasn't laughing. I didn't find it that hilarious. It was just there.
You sure? I thought I heard you clapping, stomping,
No,
cheering.
that was that one chick like 2 rows ahead of us. Losing her mind over things that wasn't even funny.
I thought that was you.
It definitely wasn't me.
Okay.
I maybe laughed like 2 or 3 times.
So why didn't you laugh more?
I don't know, the jokes just weren't that funny. I don't know if it was the delivery or the joke itself, but it wasn't just that funny of a movie.
So you're not a Kevin Hart fan?
I'm a Kevin Hart fan and a Tiffany Haddish fan, but I just wasn't blown away at this movie.
Why?
Because I wouldn't find it funny. I didn't find it funny.
What about it didn't make you laugh?
The jokes didn't make me laugh.
But why didn't you laugh at the jokes?
I don't know. They just weren't funny. They weren't hitting hard or... Like I said, I don't know if it was the joke or the delivery, but I didn't find it that funny.
So it wasn't childish enough, too childish, too smart, too dumb.
They were
not
just
vulgar
bland.
enough.
It was bland.
So it wasn't creative.
I guess, yeah, maybe not creative enough.
Man, like 15 different people wrote this movie.
Well, they could have did better.
So you're saying none of those people who wrote the movie is funny, huh?
No, I'm not saying they're not funny. I've seen Kevin Hart in other movies. I've seen Kevin Hart live, and he's funny. I've seen Tiffany Haddish in other movies.
Keep your brags a little more subtle, please.
You saw him live, too.
But you don't see me bragging about it.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I've seen him in other things, and I thought he was funny. I've seen Tiffany Haddish in other things, and I thought she was funny. In this movie,
You've seen Tiffany Haddish in one other thing.
And she used to be on BT.
Yeah, like anybody remembers that.
I do. But, like I said, I just didn't find the movie hilarious. And I still don't understand why Fat Joe's character was there. He wasn't needed.
To bring some laughs.
He barely brought any laughs, if any.
People in jail can get GEDs too.
I'm not saying that they can't, but I'm just saying for this movie, he didn't bring anything.
You brought some laughs?
Barely.
Well, to you, it was barely.
Oh, you thought it was super funny?
I didn't say me.
You thought this movie was hilarious, didn't you?
Did
you love this movie.
Did you hear me laughing through
Well,
the whole
I mean,
thing?
you keep coming at me. How did you feel about the movie?
It was exactly what I thought it was going to be.
What?
It wasn't good. Wasn't bad.
Right, it was just,
It was cool.
It was there.
The trailer basically tell you, don't expect a super hilarious movie. That's exactly what I got.
And it wasn't super hilarious. Yeah. I mean, it's disappointing, because I know that both can be funny, but...
I mean, I would only say the only disappointing thing about it is that since the 2 main characters are funny, I thought they would have better comedic chemistry with each other. I thought there would be more of them bouncing jokes back and forth and it would land better, not them just making faces and sounds at each other.
That was them trying to have their
chemistry. From expectation point of view, I was disappointed by that because I expected more. They're both funny.
Right.
But then I get that Kevin Hart is more of like a physical comedian at times.
He can be.
So
I think that was sometimes kind of annoying in the movie because it was like the physical actions he was doing was reminding me of the shows that I've already seen. I was like, I already seen that. It's not funny.
Yeah, he basically played himself in this movie.
Right.
So, I mean, that's gonna happen if you play yourself. I just wish them 2 together would have created more laughs from just bouncing off stuff. Because I know, even though, like I said, a lot of people had their hand in writing this movie, I know they had some stuff in there that was improv. So them 2, I would think, would be able to come up with funnier improv stuff.
Maybe they thought that they were funny.
I'm pretty sure they thought they were funny. They wouldn't put this movie out, they didn't think that was funny.
They thought they did a great job.
Look at
They don't know what we're looking at.
Okay, I'm talking to you. I'm looking at the cat eyeballing your water.
You can't have
His
it.
head appeared in the last video, like for a small second. He just looked on the table, and then went away.
You did a cameo.
That's pretty funny. All right, I got some stuff I want to point out. Kevin Hart with braids. Was you feeling that?
I was not feeling that whatsoever, and I don't even understand why they had to keep him as his high school self. You don't look exactly the same after 70 years. They could have had actual teenagers.
They do that in movies all the time.
I don't know. It just didn't look good. They look
As a 17-year-old, I look pretty similar to how I do now. Almost spot on.
That wasn't a 17-year difference.
I'm going to look the same.
You don't know that.
Better watch it before he knocks it out.
But if he was supposed to be, what, a senior in high school, so he's supposed to be 17 or 18, and then 17 years later, he's supposed to look exactly the same.
He had braids when he was young. He didn't have braids as a kid, and he was wearing FUBU.
Ooh, whoop-de-doo. He still looked exactly the same, just with a haircut. And so did all the other characters who played their younger selves. They could have found high school kids. We would have known who it was.
I think it was perfectly fine. Because
I
people
don't
do
know,
not
like-
change. It's not like they're...
I'm not
12 or
saying that, like,
something.
oh, it's the biggest change, but they look like adults in a high school.
I guess. It's a comedy at the end of the day. They
I
don't really worry
guess.
about
I
that
mean,
portion.
yeah, but they look like adults in the high school.
I guess. I mean, I wouldn't fault him for that, but
I didn't think it was
I was more stuck on the braids. Get him.
His braids looked ridiculous. What am I supposed to do?
Make him go get down.
Like, he listens to me.
Anyways, so there was one scene in the movie where they were to go steal the midterm,
Mm-hmm.
or the midterm GED test or whatever, and then they almost got caught by the principal, ran up to the roof, and then they had a whole little jokey joke about them jumping from one roof to the other. Then it just cut to the next scene, and I was just to assume that they all jumped that roof that they was all tripping about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they all made it, and spoiler alert, I guess the guy who broke his arm, it just healed in a week or so, because nothing happened after that. You never saw him in the cast, or wrapped up, or nothing. He was just perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's the type of comedy, that's the part of comedies I don't like, especially with a movie. Like, if in a television show, you know, you watch one episode, and then you get to the next episode, they act like nothing from the next episode, or the previous episode happened. This is a movie. You gotta have some follow-through. Comedy, the best comedies are more realistic. This is just like gag after gag after gag. Some of it landed, some of it didn't, but it's not really good for a whole movie per se.
True.
What else do we have? And I just didn't like the fact that they, like y'all was about to get caught by the principal, so I'm really just supposed to assume that y'all just made that jump?
Yeah, they all just got out. I don't understand why the principal, if he had a lockdown drill on his phone, what principal has that? Puts an app on their phone to lock down the school? Nobody. But if it's supposed to lock down all the exit doors, why didn't it lock the roof?
That's a good question, because it didn't fit in the story. Didn't fit with the jokes. Alright, then they had like they usually do, a montage scene trying to show us how Teddy was starting to catch on to the material that he was learning in his little GED class. Teddy is Kevin Hart's character, if nobody knows. But they really just showed him fighting in that cage, and then
being asked questions that you can memorize.
Yeah, but
Not
then
really learning.
Then it cuts to last day of GED class. I was like, oh, that was fast. Was I supposed to take in from those little 3 scenes that you showed me that he's starting to comprehend the material? Because I didn't get that. Usually with your little montage scenes, you show him like answering a bunch of different questions right, or doing this and that.
Right, and even with the montage scene, I think he only got like 1 answer right.
Exactly, that was at the very end. So like, is that supposed to just show me that he learned? I mean, I know montage scenes can be super generic because you know when you see one, you're like, all right, we're going to go through this step-by-step process. But I think that this one would have did well with it. And it's not like something I would have pointed out and been like, yo, good job. But since they did it their own little creative way, I think it stuck out as a negative to me. So that's what happens, I guess, when you take chances. That's why I always say, don't take chances.
You do live your life that way.
Exactly. You'll never get hurt. Nothing bad will happen. Just don't take chances.
Or you can miss out on good things too.
No, I think the way what's the
what?
word?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
What's the way the oil is churning?
What? Who churns
This is
oil?
fine. It's a turn of phrase.
A term or phrase?
Turn a phrase.
A turn or phrase.
Yes.
Churning oil.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, there was also another random note that I made in the movie. Tiffany Hash's character started whipping Kevin Hart with a belt. And to me, that belt appeared out of thin air. And I was very distracted me for the rest of the movie. Even though I came at the end, I didn't see her with a belt on. And then the belt just came out of nowhere.
She just carried it with her, you know. Maybe she got her keys and she just keeps a belt in her purse when they need it because it'd be acting up.
I didn't even think she had a purse on.
I think I saw a purse.
Did you see a belt too?
I didn't see the belt until she started whooping him, but maybe she took it out of the purse, or maybe she just had it around her wrist to begin with. Because like I said, sometimes people just need to beat him. You need to whoop him.
I'm just saying, I didn't know she was the belt fairy. She can just poof, belts appear.
Sometimes people be acting up. He was acting up.
I need her to come around then because my belt's about to rip, and it's too big or small. Either way, I need a new belt. So
maybe I should just keep belts on me for you.
I should start a GoFundMe for a belt.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Anybody want to send your boy a belt? Holla at me, cause I need a new one. And I only rock Gucci.
Ain't nobody buying you a Gucci belt.
Or
who do you think is buying you a Gucci belt?
Somebody who really cares.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, when they showed all the GED students looking at their grades for the final exam or whatever, even though on the computer that they were taking their final test with, it said midterm, but that's neither here nor there.
It did?
Yep.
I thought it said GED.
It said midterm GED something. But whatever. They was all like super like excited and like life changing that they were about to get these big nice jobs, like their whole world was about to change drastically. And I mean, I know it's like getting a high school diploma, but what does really a high school diploma do for you nowadays?
I mean, some jobs you can't get without a high school diploma or a GED. So
you can't get.
Yeah.
Whew, okay, that's true, but it's not like
the little
world-changing
girl,
stuff, and you ain't getting no high school diploma.
GED. The one guy, he can actually get into dental hygiene school now that he has a GED. So for some of them, it did help. The mom, like I said, some jobs you can't get without a GED. Huh?
I'm just saying, they sound a little too excited.
Well, hey, they worked hard.
I'm just saying, I get it, I understand. That's why I like the message of the movie.
Live.
The message of the movie is never too late to try to better your life and do something that you should have did a long time ago. I get it, I understand. But I'm just saying, it was a little too excited for me.
Let them be excited.
All right, I'm just on the mood
killer. You don't
killer.
think you would be super excited?
Yeah, I would. I'm just saying, it was a little too excited for me. What else we got? So, like a technical standpoint, I don't know if you noticed this, but like a lot of the times when there was just like a lot of the scenes, and they would focus on like a person, the background, it didn't matter like where they were they outside, in the school or whatever, it just looked like the background was a computer screen. Like it was like a green screen or something.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice any of that. It looked like they were on set.
What was bothering me? Like when they were outside at the beginning with him and his girlfriend, and he dropped her off at work.
No, that looked fine to me, too.
To me, it looked like the people were out of place.
Oh.
Which is very weird, because I know a lot of this stuff was shot on, like, location, so I don't know if it's something they're doing with the camera, but the focus on the people was so, maybe it was too much, where it seemed like they were digitally placed in there, and it was bothering me. Even in the school.
Yeah, no, I didn't see any of that. Nathan, looked like they were on set. I think you just tripping.
I'm just saying, if you like paid attention, if you actually went to the movie and looked for that, you noticed.
I don't look for that. However, you bringing up him dropping her off at work reminds me of the character, her friend, who's on Insecure.
Yvonne Orgy, I think is.
Why was she there? She had like maybe 2 or 3 minutes total in this movie.
She wanted to be in the movie.
I don't know. I just feel like some of these characters, they were there for no reason. They didn't have any...
You want less known people to play these roles.
That could have been it. Because for people to be known and be in the movie, they could have had a bigger, substantial part.
What have you seen her in, besides Insecure?
Hey, I know her from Insecure.
Not everybody watches Insecure.
They should, because it's a great show.
Well, not everybody watches.
Well, to me, and still, even as her friend, she wasn't a friend who had much substance. She wasn't really there.
She was just... You just gotta have your people, your road dog, your friend.
I guess.
You don't have to speak throughout the whole movie.
She seemed pointless. Like the mom who was in night school, her husband was barely there. He wasn't an actor that anyone knew. And that worked out well.
Excuse me?
What?
Kevin Hart's character's dad?
No!
Oh.
The mom in this class.
Oh, okay.
Her husband.
Okay.
He was barely there.
But
They
I'm
didn't
pretty
need
sure
a big person.
somebody probably knows who he is.
Who is he?
I don't know. I said somebody.
Okay.
Just because you know who this lady is, people who don't watch Insecure, I'm pretty sure have never seen her before.
She could have did better.
So this is just her getting herself out there.
I
Can't hate on them. I'll be in a movie where I don't say nothing.
I'm not hating on them. It just, like I said, their characters themselves seem pointless. So why be a pointless character?
So you just want the girlfriend to have no friends?
We didn't need to see
Talk about
her.
Me
He dropped.
being a downer.
I'm not saying being mean, but he dropped her off at work. I don't know. When I pull up to work, no one is sitting outside waiting for me to come in the building.
Because you don't got no super like designy job. Maybe that's a designer thing.
She could have already been in the office doing her job. Why she gotta stand outside and wait for her?
Speaking of designer things, I got on these designer shorts right now.
Ain't that from like H&M or something?
Oh, chill. I can get these from H&M. Anyways, moving on. We don't shop at H&M, remember?
You do too shop at H&M.
King
Stop
of the
lying.
Jungle. You remember that?
I remember it, but you
forgot.
still shop there.
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, to me, the funniest character in this movie was Romney Malco's character.
Who's that?
He was the woke individual,
Oh.
the black guy.
I know who you're talking about, but I didn't think he was the funniest.
Alright, then who do you think was the funniest?
None of them. They were all equal.
I know it's slim pickings, but I'm
They
saying
were
the funniest
all
character
on the
was...
same level.
Okay.
All on the
So
same.
you're just not gonna pick one?
Nope. He did say a funny joke that I thought about when he called Kevin Hart's girlfriend a queen or whatever, but then was like, "Don't lie to that bitch" or something like that. Like that was kind of funny, but other than that,
I like it when he was brushing the bald spot of his hair. That was funny.
I didn't even notice that.
Alright, so...
It was just a very movie.
Yeah, it was. It should have been funnier. It was funny. It was cool.
Right, like I laughed like maybe 2 to 3 times that I can remember.
You sound like my dad.
I even like lay down and kind of want to go to sleep for part of it, but I stayed awake.
Yeeks.
I mean, I didn't want to go to
Super
sleep because the
boring,
movie was bad, but I was already tired and I was like, I don't care if I miss out.
Okay, money bags. All right, so what are you rating this movie?
It was an movie, so what's our number 2?
Anastasian Christian.
We're gonna give him an Anastasian Christian.
Yeeks. I'm gonna ride with a low Adonis and Bianca, which is a
Why?
3. Low.
Why though? Like 3
I'm
is
talking
like
about
I
it's teeter-
kind of like that. I'll go see it again.
I wouldn't watch this movie again. It wouldn't be my preference to ever watch it again.
Exactly,
but I
it's
could.
not your preference.
I could.
I guess I'm still giving.
I mean, I would never go out of my way to do it.
Exactly.
But I probably will have to see this movie again because my mom wants to see it. And I'll actually go see it.
You should just tell her she's not missing out. She can wait till
I'll tell her. I'll warn her. But
like, we can just wait till it comes out on TV, Mom.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm teetering on a high 2, but I'm going to give it a low Adonis and Bianca.
You're being nice.